Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to...
They didn't fix the bug. It does still crash OBS, so we're going to have to preload the game. I cannot load up the game while OBS is running because it'll crash OBS, even if it's on the just starting screen. For some reason. I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's fine. So... this is so tangled, so fast, all the time, and you know what's fun also? This side here is also tangled. Look at that. It's doing it on both ends. I wonder if these things are related. I need to figure out how to stop that from happening. Presumably I'm turning the... You'd think that if I'm putting it down, that I'd pick it back up in the same... Why is the cable getting... Why is it getting twisted like that? I don't know. Doesn't matter. So, when last we left off, we were at war. We have a huge problem on our hands. Do we? Yes, we do. I'm like... Why are we not at war in northern China? Okay. So, all of northern China is at war, basically. against Nanchang. So, well, actually against me, but they're meaningfully only fighting Nanchang. So, Nanchang has been steadfastly holding their territory against the Zhejiang kingdom over here, and they have been just very defensive about the whole thing, which is good. So we have not gotten Nanchang back as a fiefdom. That's not what has happened here. What has happened here is that one of their rulers died or something, and that ruler's heir was me. We're back in a personal union, baby. Now, one slight problem. They are a higher ranked great power than we are. That's a concern. Them being a higher ranked great power than me means that if there's like a push to create seniority, they're going to be the senior partner, not me. And I can't stop it from happening because I have less great power than they do, which means that I won't be able to. Anyway, it's a problem. So we'll need to increase our great power ranking. We'll have to figure out how to get that done. Used fort limit, huh? You and your fucking kingdom country rank. Okay, what is it? 337. What's ours? Ugh. We need to get a lot. From subjects is plus 42. Regular navy size plus 66. Let's see. So you have a bonus from your army supply. But predominantly, it's just that you have a population that's like an order of magnitude larger than mine. Right, like, I have no bonus from population. My population is giving me 7. Theirs is giving, 70, was it? 79. So, I could actually... You know what it is? In part, it's that I'm moving all of my thing out here. Wait, didn't we establish that we needed to build a city here? Why did we stop? Because they can't actually pull population from anywhere else because we built a market. I don't know how we're going to get a city down here. Because we need 30,000 people. Well, that's concerning. Okay, right. We also have food problems. Ugh. We got all sorts of problems out here. Okay, how are we doing on... Wait, where's the UI element that tells us? Didn't this have a thing that told me how much I had available? What the fuck? Why have the trade values been skyrocketing so much? Look at the trade income. Jeez. Alright, well, our economy is skyrocketing. You know, the devs said that if you tried to play this on, like, your old economy, then it would probably not work and everything would collapse, but, like, this has been the opposite of that. This has been my economy going crazy. Okay, so great. We have some tiny where is Tinago? So I have. Can I resolve this by just importing some stuff? Why did I feel like I had what UI element was I looking at where I could easily look at all of my markets? Was I actually clicking on all of them manually? Is it just that they all have... No. This is the UI element. It's confused. I think. No. What the manual trade... Okay, so we have manual trade capacity showing up here. I have no idea... Okay, this is weird. What market we were looking at? We were looking at Manila. Let's go to Manila, and let's look at the population needs here. These are very easy to resolve. We don't need to have any market automation. And we can instead click this button to resolve this need. Click this button to resolve this need. And then we could hypothetically try to resolve this need, but I don't think this is going to actually work. And with that done, we only have a little bit more thinger. Go for it. Okay. All right, let's see what happens here. So, our goal right now is to piece out the And we're going to have to piece out Zhejiu first. I don't... Zhejiu? I think it's Zhejiu. I don't know how this E is pronounced, but I think that it's not Zhe. I think it's Ze. I think it's Zhejiu. But I don't know how the E is pronounced, and I only have a vague idea of how this is pronounced. I'm just assuming. Because the Z versus the ZH, there has to be a difference between those two. Let's see here. What am I doing? Right, we are being invited to join. Okay, Sambas is the only place that is starving right now. So that's not great, but it's better than having 3 places starving. There's not really a lot I can do about that because I don't control this this province. This province is controlled by Majapahit. Can I buy provinces off of you, actually? I wonder if I could buy provinces off of Majapahit. Actually, if I could buy Julao, that would be a huge boon for me. Let me take a look here. I haven't really paid much attention to... Oh, I can't buy anything while I'm at war. Yeah, that checks out. That makes a degree of sense. Let's see. Okay, so the let's see. Okay, we need to. I'm going to move you instead. There we go. So, we have 15 ships sitting here. And we are just kind of waiting on things to resolve. The ticking war score is going to work against us. And I need to get more maritime control over here as well. Unfortunately, I haven't been given a lot of time at peace to fixate on getting maritime control. I believe you were... So Dolly is a no. So minus 27. If we can get them in a bad position... I think they'll basically be willing to peace out immediately. Are you being sieged? Are you in multiple wars right now? No. Okay, this fleet is just puttering for some reason. Okay, Diviet has just lost this. Okay, there was a Carrick. Okay, minus 91 with Diviet themselves. Actually, who is it that I need? I think it's Zhejiu. So they're minus 25. They're sending a couple thousand troops in. We have a new reform possible. Agricultural cultivation is not bad. Okay, mandatory bureaucratic education is a thing that we want. We have to do administration of shipyards. This allows us to create an additional naval governor. Do we need it right now, though, actually? I don't think we need it at this exact moment. It would be very nice to have... but we can't. We're basically, we want a naval governor over here in Australia, somewhere. Honestly, preferably maybe here, or maybe here, because we'll just connect everything with railroad, and hopefully that'll mean that we can get a decent amount of control throughout everything else on the mainland itself. But basically, you get a thing here that'll allow us to connect all of this stuff fairly effectively, I think. So this is a good position potentially for the naval governor. We'll see. And then we have one over here in Africa. So maybe just on Madagascar. It'll depend on what this situation looks like down here, like what areas are colonizable. We'll just have to see. So that will... And yes, these need to be populated as well. Is this just a colonial charter for this? No. Am I going to do 2 of these? I think I'm going to do 2 of these. I'm going to have 2 colonial charters instead of 1. We can swap you to boost colonial charter. We'll have you pull from... Let's go with Baradaya. And... There we go. Alright. So, because of the fact that the charters themselves have been weakened, I think that that's a good idea. So, we can also replace some of our old stuff. I could do agricultural cultivation if I wanted, but I don't think that that is what I need. I think mandatory bureaucratic education is good. This gives me 5% max literacy, which is functionally going to be a 5% boost to all of my tech gains, and tech gains are slow right now. Let's do this. Tax efficiency. So this also gives me an extra naval governor. Autocracy only gives me plus 10 to crown power. I think that this has outlived its purpose. Do we take... administration of shipyards, which would give me the ability, if I feel like... I don't think that it's necessarily worth putting a naval governor on Borneo. I don't think that there's enough control loss to justify putting a thing there. So, in theory, I should have 2 naval governors. No, I only have 1 right now. So presumably you don't get any naval governors unless you take these policies. I think we take agricultural cultivation right now. What is my current movement? I currently don't have full naval, but we have close to full naval. I think that we take this. This also gives me extra monthly prosperity, which is nice. Do I want plus 20% food production when the food problem isn't because I don't have enough food production available? The problem is an administrative issue? No, I don't think that makes any sense. I think we take this. Every coastal urban location gets plus 0.1 harbor capacity is really nice as well. Alright. Let's see how much of a difference that has made to my crown power. Because I have... So that's maybe like a 5% reduction. Just eyeballing it. Okay, you are sitting on a siege. Where are you going? You're just chilling. Okay. I love when my allies just sit there with their troops starving to death. That makes me really happy. Let's see. We have some money. We should spend it on something. We should maybe... Honestly, we should maybe start urbanizing more. Do we... I guess we don't want to urbanize there yet. The food stockpile is down to 0 again. Yeah, so if I believe that if this province was managing its own food supply, as in like if this province had a net gain on food, they would be okay. But I guess we can... Okay, well, the game just crashed. The game does not want me producing food. Okay, so the stream might crash again because we're going back to the menu. So we'll see what happens. I hope I don't have to stitch together 3 streams on the YouTubes. It's not a huge deal. It's not like I'd stitch them together anyway. I'd just put -1, -2, -3 at the end. You know, that's fine. So many extra clicks. Oh, yeah, this is gonna crash. You know, this shit's gonna crash. Oh, man. It's funny how many of the quotes at the top are just like weird European ethnic hatred, where it's like, here's some random Spaniard talking about how much he hates the English. Oh, here's a random Englishman talking about how much he hates the French. Here's a Frenchman talking about how much he hates Germans. And it's like, are these historically noteworthy quotes. Like, this one is, like, important, right? But, like, because it's, like, a proclamation from a king. But, like, there's a lot of just, like, weird, like, oh, right, this random admiral, you know, shit-talking the English. Which, look, I'm never going to complain about shit-talking the English, okay? I'm an Irish-American. I'm just saying. Is it a quote that deserves inclusion on your loading screen? Probably not. It probably does not. So. Oh, look at that! We managed to get through it without crashing. How about that? Alright, so how much time did we just lose? Did we lose everything we've done this entire stream? How often does Iron Man save? Doesn't it save like every month? Okay, we just got back to the beginning of stream, I think. We don't even have, like, the colonies going out, do we? Why do you never save? What the hell, man? What have I done? Okay, right, yes. I got this tech eventually. How many months did it take for me to get this? It only took 3 months, but yeah, three months worth of movement gone in an instant. All right, we're going to swap to mandatory bureaucratic. Yeah. 3 to 6 months seems like a crazy. Why would that be random? Why would that be variable? It definitely does it every month in Europe in 4. 4 definitely saves every month. Excuse me. But yeah, now I have no idea what changes I made. I did some economic shit too. It's crazy also because you can't save. I can't make a bunch of changes and then click save game like I can in other, like, versions of this game. It's crazy. It depends on the patch. Oh, God. Okay. So, what else are we doing? We're doing something. Do we pump our stability? I don't think we need to change too much. Right, we needed to go to Manila. And, wait, no, this isn't the right version of Manila. Because we wanted to remove these bad trades and replace them with trades that will make my priests slightly less pissed off at me. Okay, the music just randomly changed. It scared the crap out of me. I'm actually going to import food from... Actually, is any of this out of my... No, none of this is actually out of the region. Let's import this. I want to basically get the food closer. Basically, I want to change the prices in these markets so that we have more income available from that. Okay, what the hell else am I doing? Yao on is given military access. Right, and I had reorganized my ships. Wait, where are my ships? What are they doing? Oh, they were on their way somewhere. That's funny. Okay. How long is this stream been? We've been playing for 30 minutes and it hasn't saved. It's fucking crazy. Okay. Oh wait, this is... This is my anti... fleet. Okay, we have some degree of money. We have set this up but didn't actually do anything to help it. That makes very good sense. Very good. Let's go with... Didn't really occur to me to look at the number there and go, oh, we got... Fuck you. Because of the fact that Nanchang has has the priority, because they're a higher great power than me. The primary title of my ruler has become Kingdom of Nanchang. Excuse me. Also, the title list was wrong. Okay. I think it was listing... It listed me as the Duke of Nanchang. I'm the King of Nanchang, not the Duke of Nanchang. And I'm the Duke of Singapore. And I think the timing... I have not been the Duke of Nanchang from 1540. I've been the Duke of Singapore from 1540. I only became the king recently. That's a more recent addition. Okay. What else are we doing? Okay. It's gonna be very funny to see, like... Jeez, look at them fucking hemorrhaging troops for no reason at all. Monthly literacy and population growth? Let's go! I like this RNG seed a lot better. Okay. Alright, we are... doing... What now? Administration of shipyards. So we're now progressing toward the Supreme Court. In 2 months, we can bring that fleet back to start trying to accumulate war exhaustion on them again. They're at 0.41, which is not nothing. You know, one thing that I will say, I could see a world where you autosave more commonly, like you do more frequent autosaves, depending on game speed. I actually think that's fairly reasonable. Okay, what else do we need to do? We need way more manpower buildings. What are they called? Barracks. I think that we're just going to build one of those in each of these places, and that should go well. How many buildings do I have in Temasek right now? How have I reached the limit on, like, the building limit for a city with such a tiny population working? That doesn't make any sense, right? Why does Temasek have too many buildings? Is it the development issue? Am I just not developed enough? What is my development? My development is 42. But each point of development only gives one building level. I guess it's just that in order to benefit from higher populations, you need to have more advanced buildings. It's right. It's the. I think that's what it is. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about what's going on there for right now. We're gonna. Let's see. We have a base income of a lot. It is January. Oh my god, the Dai Viet army is fighting the Nanchang army. That is crazy. I have concerns. That's very concerning. I think that this is a fight that is not good for them, more so than for me, if we're being honest. If we can get them pieced out, I think that Nanchang is going to be able to push Dai Viet out of their own territory. They won't have food. They'll basically just be starving the whole way. So it would be my presumption, maybe not though, maybe they're not able to get food in Changsha. So I think that this army is inevitably going to run into problems. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to say. This army should be able to wipe this army at the very least. And it'll help to accumulate war exhaustion, at least. I was not expecting that Dai Viet was going to end up with troops over there this early. I knew that it could happen eventually, but I wasn't really... Actually, no, we're not building any of those kinds of buildings over there. What do we want to build in places like Selenbao? But yeah, my control is not great. I'll be right back. There's a limit to how many times you can just sneeze and sniffle before you need to blow your nose. It's just required. Do I keep pumping my RGOs over here? Oh wow, I already finished a lot of these. Cool. So, for the most part, the RGOs are maxed out over here already. It was a little surprising. This is apparently also a town I didn't realize. Cannot get irrigation here. We already have a construction center. Build a jeweler's guild. It's good to basically make use of... Oh shit, I urbanized the fuck out of this place. Do I? I'm gonna do it. We have no reason not to just do it. This is urbanized. This is not. Pearls are not valuable enough to care. We're urbanizing this as well. I think we actually want every coastal province to be urban. I actually think that that's a good way to handle things. We just make every coastal province urban. That will help my infrastructure considerably and make it easy to understand what I need to be doing at any given time. We're going to be a very coast-heavy nation. So this army gets wiped immediately. Then, who is it that we're looking to peace out with? It is you. Oh yeah, minus 18. So, it won't take too long to be able to piece them out, I think. This won't actually cause a rebellion. This patch has changed the way that rebellions work. So it'll cause some sort of control issue or something. Like it's not good. It's bad, to be sure, but I don't have a ton of good options there. It's probably been long enough that my ships are repaired, right? These ones are not, but they're close. These should be well and truly repaired. How is your war exhaustion? 0.64. It is still going up, even though we don't have them fully blockaded. I think we're going to switch these two, actually. But I'm not going to do it yet. I'll wait until we're prepared. So they are suffering attrition. Why are you attacking? No. Let them suffer more attrition first. Alright. So the thing seems to be thinking that they were going to lose this, but I think they win this. They have way more troops. They still should have waited on the siege to go for a bit longer. They ran away? Oh, well, that fight looked like it was going their way, but I guess it probably wasn't. Is all I can think of. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. Sometimes the AI does incredibly stupid things. Ooh, Days at Sea is not great. Okay. Here we go. Alright. So, we just sit here with the actual heavies. This fleet needs a leader. So we'll just put you in charge. We have galleys, we have heavies, we have light ships, we got the whole kit and caboodle. So, in theory, the war exhaustion should continue to accumulate over time. I wonder what happens if they capitulate. Because in theory, I could just sit on this war with negative war score, but get them so much war exhaustion that they're forced to capitulate anyway. And I don't know what happens if they capitulate. Yeah, they are suffering attrition. Oh, it's right there. Okay, minus 15. Let's see. So local monthly prosperity is minus 2 for 10 years. That seems kind of crazy. That's so much worse than like 15 guys just like rebelling. Or in our case, 1. What's the population here? Okay, population is still, I would hesitate to say growing, holding strong, but it is not as bad as it could be. Do you have something against fucking farming villages, Europe Universal? What the fuck? That's the second time I've been hovering over the UI element for a farming village in the place that's starving, and the game has crashed. And it's a different portion of the UI. And it's not a portion of the UI that gets like a pop-up with a tooltip or anything. What the We're gonna see how many months ago it was that it last saved. If it hasn't saved yet, I might crash out and switch over to Expedition 33 for today. If it still hasn't saved the game, like,